bad setting. This is actually like, I look like I'm at like let me push it back a little. Okay, this looks like my own little talk show. Hold on, let me turn it down. Okay. We got some of this chickpea masala. I said masala. Chickpea curry. I guess it's masala because I add so much. No. We're gonna chop up these little broccolis in here. Girl, I've been waiting to dig into this food. Like, I don't have to do so much. I have to walk the dog, go to the store, clean up, and I'm finally, this is my first meal of the day, which isn't a problem because like I did fast. Like, I went on a fast. I was trying to like do a no eating, no drinking fast for like 40 days, but I only made it to like the 13th day, and it's crazy because I wasn't even gonna have to. God wasn't even gonna allow me to do the 40 days. He was gonna have me stop on the 14th day, but I ended up breaking my fast on the 13th day, and on the 14th day, I was like, wow. When he gave me that confirmation, I had like, he told me like through a verse. It was the now go eat fat foods and cake and all that stuff. And I was like, so all it took was just a little bit, just one more day. But that's really how it be. You never know. That's why it's always important to never give up, because you never know when your breakthrough is going to happen. So always remember, never give up. Always give it everything you got. And the moment where you feel the weakest and where you feel like you like really got to give up, that's like the time where you muster up the strength and keep growing. Because that's when like what you've been praying for or waiting for is about to happen. So with that being said, oh yeah, I didn't even finish that sentence. Yeah, that's in those moments. That's just the other side, the negative side, trying to get to you. Let's see. Hi everyone. Mohit, how are you? I'm good. Of course I am. I just wanted to give a little icebreaker and say hi to everyone. Of course I'm eating. The heck? We're doing good. I feel like you said that because I was like, dang, I've been waiting so all along, like this whole time to eat, and now I'm just rambling. But I just wanted to make sure, like, I acknowledged y'all and, like, spoke a little bit about something, just so y'all know, like, I'm not just gonna be on here just eating. I'm like here to engage with y'all too. Hi Luke, how are you? This is not a chicken nibble. There's no chicken in here. That extra red pepper flakes. I think I added some paprika. The paprika, I thought I put too much in it, but it was pretty good. But yeah, that was really just like a little icebreaker because I'm going to be sharing something personal with you guys. Um, Kind of like a story time, but not really. Like I don't really know what to call it. I'm a little nervous, so well, I'm not really nervous, but if I tend to like, you see me shaking my leg or like my body starts shaking, it's just because I have anxiety. Like and when I noticed that when I was at the audition and I was like, the guy asked me a personal question and I started shaking. Like I was like literally shaking in the chair as I was talking, and my voice was like becoming like really like shaky. So I'm not sure if that's gonna happen like as I'm telling this story, but if it does, just know that I'm okay. It just means that I'm opening up to you guys about something that was, I guess, life changing for me. So it's yeah, we just gonna get to the point. As I was sitting like in my room earlier, I was playing like some music, like a lot of throwback songs, and basically I realized like I started thinking about me and my mom's relationship over the years and how as of this year in my age now I'm starting to realize her point of view and understand like where she was coming from. Um, for okay, whew. For people, obviously you guys don't know, I grew up in foster care. Um, I had, I was probably like about like 4 years old, about to turn 5, somewhere around there. Can't never remember the exact age, but I'm eating same thing, the chickpea and curry. I had put one in the freezer so that I could eat it for like a day when I need some food and I don't feel like cooking. Um, but yeah, I grew up in foster care, and how my mom, she wasn't a bad, like she's a great mom. She had like a person in her house at the time, and I don't know what happened for the police to be called, but when the police came, whatever this situation was or whatever, no, no. That was another situation. No, it was they took us away from my mom because she had left me and my brother in the house. And my brother, he was of age, like to me, like the age, it was like she had stepped out to go do something. It was like something urgent. I remember her saying, and she was like only gone for like at least like 15 minutes. And I think the neighbor, my brother said like the neighbor came over like asking questions or something like that, and ended up later calling the police because they thought that my mom neglected us in the house. So fast forward over the years, me and my brother, one of my brothers, we was placed in foster care together, and my oldest brother, his grandmother took him in. So me and my second oldest brother, we just grew up in foster care together. And at one point we ended up staying with our mom, but then we ended up staying with my brother's his grandmother, his dad's mom. So I'm gonna just say his name. Like my brother TJ was the one who I grew up in foster care with. So once we stayed with his grandmother, everything was good. Until like some personal situations with the house was happening, so we had to move to Charlotte with her son and his family. And things didn't work out for me there because I just kept. I don't even know. Like it's just I kept clashing with people that was there. Like it was just a lot of things that was not clashing. It was just a situation where I got into a fight with my brother's sister's friend, and she started with me first, like literally. And after that situation, my brother's dad, I call him my dad too. My dad, which is TJ's dad, his baby mother, I guess they had a conversation or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I just couldn't stay there anymore. So I ended up staying with my aunt. Not my blood aunt, my god aunt. This is a person who my mom grew up with. Like she met her in her middle school years and all that, and they just became friends and stayed friends. So while I was staying with my god aunt, it wasn't the best, and this is really the life changing thing that I was talking about. It's like it's like I felt like she was when I went from a place where I felt uncomfortable, and I felt like, all right, well, this is people who I stayed with before, because my mom, she had to stay with our god aunt when they first took us out of her care, because you have the option to like put your kids with a close family member and all that stuff, or just they'll put them, if not, they'll put them in foster care or whatever. So I'm like, you know what, this is basically my family, so like I should, feel open, can be myself, and I just felt like I would be comfortable, like most of summary. I felt like I would be comfortable there and feel loved. In the beginning, it was good-ish, but then later down the line, things got bad. Like, I would be in my room and I would hear them like talking about me, or they'll like say it to my face, like, but in like a slick way. I remember one time I got into it with my older cousin. He's a boy, and it was all because he thought I took his tags, like car tags. Like he worked with and helped, like I don't know, something like that. But he thought I took his car tag or his license plate or something like that. But I was like, why would I take your license plate? Like I don't even have a car. Another time, like he got on me and was like, I was cleaning the house, and he was like, oh, you don't even like really be cleaning, like you just be just in the way. Like it'd be stuff like that. The situation, I was on a dance team, and around my high school years, I was a bit like I had more weight to me, like my face was more fatter, my breast was way bigger, I had a little side fat good. It's like I wasn't like I didn't have like a lot of weight to me, but I was probably like here. And it's I remember my god aunt, she had bought me a uniform, and she got me an extra large. And even my dance coach at the time, when she had, you have like, before you dance or perform, they have you try on your uniform to make sure it's good. Even though like your parents do it, the coaches, before you go out on the floor, they still have to make sure everything's good, your hair and all that stuff. But my dance coach, I remember her saying like, whoever did this was trying to be funny, because they know good and well you cannot fit an extra large. Maybe she was like, I don't even think you could fit a large at that. You could fit in a medium, because your body, the type of body you have. And like in that moment, I heard what she said, but like I knew it was true, but I still like just pushed it to the back of my mind. Like I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the sizing. Like I just brushed it off like that. And getting to how it resonates with my relationship with my mom is throughout that time that I was staying with my God, I would constantly hear or be told that my mom didn't want me, that my mom abandoned me, that my mom neglected me, and that's the reason why I was staying in their house, because my mom just didn't want nothing to do with me. And mind you, this is coming from people who grew up with my mom, basically, like, and who I grew up with and knew and loved. And I remember actually this one incident where me and my cousins had went to my god aunt's mom house, which is our grandmother, and we was just all in the parking lot, and we was just like minding our business, like just being us. And my god aunt's dad, who I call my grandfather, I guess he was drunk or whatever, but he had came up to me and or like no, I think he came up to all of us, and like he was just like engaging with us, and we was joking, and I can't remember what was said, but I think I had said a joke to him, and his response was, "Your mom doesn't even want you. Like that's why you think you stand." Like he just went off. Like he just basically let me have it. Like I like he just let everything that was in his mind out. Like he was just like, "Your mom doesn't even want you. Like that's why you stand with Tessa, because you like he this." You get the moral of the story. Like he was just basically letting it be known that my mom didn't want me and she did not love me at all. And I took it like a champ, like in his face. Like you could tell, like everybody else was around, like my cousins. They was just like you know, they said something. They was like, "Granddad," like they was like, go away, go away." They was like, "Why would you say that?" And you know, I was like trying to act like I was okay, and I was like, and then because they was like Torria, like you okay, like my family, um, and I'm talking about something personal. I'm sharing a story, a period in my lifetime that shaped my mom's relationship. Basically, I'm sharing a story about how you shouldn't allow people to influence you or be so quick to believe what outside people or what other people are saying. Um, Basically, you just have to protect this. It's important to protect your mind. That's just that's basically the moral of the story. But I'm just going into details about how everything. Basically, I'm going over the details of how I basically wasn't honoring my mom as I thought I was. So yeah, getting back to the story. Yeah, that happened. I'll just skip over that part so we can get to the point. So that happened. Basically, I was just constantly being put it like this. It was being programmed in my head and in my mind and in my heart, or tried to get in my heart, that my mom didn't love me and that she didn't want me, or that she neglected me and all that stuff. So throughout my entire, literally and I would say up until I was like 14, from there, or probably 13, I would say like throughout my teenage years, majority of my teenage years, I had resentment, or I showed resent towards my mom because of all the things that everybody was telling me about her feelings towards me. And it's like when she would come around, she would be like so happy to see me, and I would feel like as if she was faking it. So that would irritate me even more. And I never put my hands on my mom, never punched her, kicked her. I just didn't show any type of emotion towards her when I was seeing her. Like, when I was with my mom growing up, before I moved into the house with my god aunt, me and my mom, like, we would always, and anytime we ended the phone call, we would always be like, mwah. Like, she'd be like, okay, give me a kiss, mwah. And or like when she seen me, she'll give me a hug. Like, we'll always hug each other, give each other a kiss. And I realized I anytime I would get around my mom after living in my god aunt's house, my mom would like try to come give me a kiss, and I would just like go like this, like give her like a side hug. Or like my mom, like she's the type, she always had us like like taking videos, recording, taking pictures, just like, you know, capturing like the moments to look back on. And throughout my teenage years, when she would come around, she would like try to record and take pictures of me, but I didn't really like show no emotion. Like I said, I would just kind of just sit to myself or act very antisocial towards my mom. And it's like even in those times, I still was trying to tell myself like, Torra, like your mom loves you. Like she wouldn't be coming around if she didn't love you. But it was also the other side in my head that was just like, all right, if so many people like is saying it and she isn't like hardly around, like maybe it is true. But as I am the age that I am now, I realize, and going through seeing what life can put you through, it's like you could, it's a lot. And it's not that my mom didn't want me, it's the fact that she was personally dealing with her own issues or stability issues and all that stuff, mental, like trying to get her mentality together. And she actually she thought that she was placing me in a place where I would be safe, and it wasn't that. And I remember my mom saying to me actually one time when I had invited her to my school for lunch, and she said to me, she said, she said, you're not angry at me, you're angry at the people that's in North Carolina. Because that's where I'm originally from, North Carolina, and I live in Jersey now. So, and in that moment, I brushed it off because I was like, and I told her, I was like, no, they're not the ones that hurt me. Like, in all reality, you hurt me. And in that moment, I'm thinking like I'm finally mustering up the strength to confront my mom and tell her how I feel. At that moment, that's how I was feeling. But today, it's like it was revealed to me. And it's crazy because I was listening to the Lil Wayne song with Eminem, No Love. And I just, like throughout this whole, ever since I turned 23, like after my birthday, it's just like a lot of things have been exposed. Like it's like a lot of things is starting to come to light, like about my childhood and where, cause I always been praying to God, like asking him, like God, I know I have like some unforgiveness in my heart, and I have like some type of aggression, or like I feel like it's just, I have a lot of pain inside, and I don't know where it stems from. And I told him, I said, I want to be able to just let it go. Like, I just want to be able to let it go and forgive those that wronged me. But I said, I can't forgive if I don't know who the people are. And I feel like earlier today, he revealed that he answered my prayer. Because I was always thinking that my mom didn't love me. And I was going through our videos on Facebook that she posted. And I always noticed that my mom, majority of the time, she had the camera facing me. Like anytime me and I was like doing anything. Like I remember I came across this video where I was dancing to the Nicki Minaj song "Moment for Life" because I was a big Nicki Minaj fan. I still am. I just changed how much I engage with it. Cause when you're a kid, I feel like you obsessed with the person. But as you grow older, you just okay, I like their music, I like their personality, and you just leave it at that. So I rock hard with Nicki. I'm definitely a Barbie. I think the end of the Barbs is gonna tear that up when they see them Facebook pictures, especially this one picture that I have up there. They are gonna eat that up. But I was dancing to the song "Moment for Life," and it's like a flashback came to me, and I remember that I never even wanted to dance on camera, but my mom, she was like, "No, come on, Torria." She was like, just dance. She's like, "Come on, be you." It's like my mom, she was always trying to capture the moments where I was basically being myself. I was being Torria, I was either being creative. Basically she was showcasing my talent. And yeah, that's when I just started break down. I just broke down and started crying, in the room. And Harley and Charlie just came and comforted me, and I'm just oh my god, I'm just bawling out crying, and they just my Charlie and Harley, my two dogs, they just come up to me, and Charlie sits on my lap, and Harley comes right here, and I'm just bawling out crying because I realized that God could have really took my mom at any point. Because for those that know, when you disobey God, he is slow to anger. But if y'all read the Bible, when it's time to punish and give people their consequences, in those days and times, he was definitely harsh with it. That was some chastising that he would do. But I guess it changes throughout the generations or the situations. But in that moment, I just was crying because I was really just thanking God that, mind you, my mom, I'll say that for another time. But, hey, cut it out. Yeah, I just realized in that moment, God really showed me grace and mercy, because we all know that life is short, and you never know when somebody's last days on earth will be. So the fact that I was basically not cherishing the moments and the time that me and my mom spent together throughout those years, and God never stopped her heart, it's like I'm very grateful for that, because he definitely could have, because God is, he's very powerful. And I'm not even actually gonna say God. I'm not even gonna say God. My bad. The devil, because God isn't deaf. Let me switch that. God doesn't do that. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I just heard like yeah. Um, yeah. I'm sorry. Scratch that. I would say that God didn't allow the enemy to take my mom from me, or allow the enemy to step in and do anything as far as taking my life or my mom's life, because in those moments it's just like the enemy was already there. He was already in the mix. So or thank you, ZZ. Yeah, the fact that the whole situation, that's why, another thing, like, that's why I'm like, yo, like, people think that there is no God and there's no devil. I'm telling you, it is. And the saying that they say, that it's always the people close to you, like your closest friends and family, or basically like the closest, like the people basically you least expect, like that's true. Because it's like, I don't even know if they was really doing it on purpose. I'm not gonna like sit here and bash them like, oh, that's what, because like, I don't know. I never sat down and talked to them. Once I left North Carolina, or I was basically pushed out of North Carolina, and I don't even think I'm ready to talk about that. I would have to, I don't know. I would probably have to save that for another time. Or actually, no, I might as well. Just let it out. The reason why I ended up actually leaving is crazy, because a lot of people in North Carolina don't know this. Like my closest friends, they don't know, and they always was wondering. Some of them didn't even know. Actually, majority of them didn't even know that I left, because I stayed quiet about it. Like once I left, I just basically went ghost, and that was it. But I had a friend named Michaela Vine, and I don't know if they tryna. Hold on. I got a message. But yeah, her name is. Shh. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. But yeah, I don't know what to cut out. I had a friend who named. Well, I still have a friend because I still consider her as a friend. Her name was Michaela Vines, and oh Jesus. Give me a second. Thank you, Guy, or just some guy with a mustache. Thank you. Okay. So I had close friend whose name is Michaela Barnes, and on Christmas, like early Christmas at 4 in the morning, alright, I'ma just tell the whole story. So I had this friend, and we planned to hang out together. And the aunt, this was at the time I was staying with my god aunt. So I asked her if I could have my friend come over, because I never asked her to have company ever. Like ever. The whole time I was staying in her house, I never asked a friend to come over. And when Michaela hit me up, I was excited. Cause like that's I consider her my sister. Like I know her since middle school, like 6th grade. So when she hit me up, and it was crazy, especially how she hit me up too. Cause at first I was like, I don't even know if like my aunt will allow it. But when she told me that her boyfriend, she had a boyfriend at the time, and her boyfriend I actually knew, cause we went to the same school, and he lived. Like, the house was right here. This was the street. You had the church, another street, soccer field, and then a street over. So he stayed like literally that close, walking distance. So she wanted to like, you know, see him as well. And I was like, well, she didn't even know that I lived that close to him. I was the one that told her. I was like, when she showed me, I was like, that's your boyfriend? I was like, girl, I know him. I know him. Sorry, for the people joining, I'm just sharing a story time about a friend who I lost, and how it resonates with a lot of how it caused like some trauma. Not like her death. Well, her death specifically was traumatic, but the people who in the house I was living with, how they were treating me, and how that affected me growing up, like how I became the person that I am now, and all that stuff. So yeah, after that, once we exchanged that information, we was just going back and forth from like what day she would come and all this stuff. And I told her, I asked, she was supposed to come when my cousins had came over, cause my cousins had randomly came over like unexpectedly, like our other cousins I think, or either, I can't remember if they asked to come over, but that's why I was trying to have Michaela come too, cause I was like, okay, good, like everybody else is here, so you might as well come along, join the party. But her mom, I think she said her mom had took her Christmas shopping, or to get her Christmas gifts or something like that, and she couldn't make it the day that she was supposed to have been there, or like she couldn't come the day that everybody else was there. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, that's probably gonna cause an issue. But I'm gonna still ask my aunt. And I asked my aunt, I was like, I know, I was like, my friend wants to come over and all that stuff. And my god aunt, she was like, well, Kaya and Dede was just over here. Like, you just had company, so no. And I told her, I was like, well, technically that wasn't really my company because I didn't invite them over. And she was like, I said no. Like, the answer is no. So I told Michaela, I was like, yeah, she's not going for it. So later down the line, we just left. At first we left it at that, but then I was like, you know what? We both came to the conclusion. I was like, I don't know, like, she's not going for it. I don't know how it brought up. I have to like probably go back to the messages. But I think we both kind of like got the idea at the same time, type of thing. if I remember it correctly. Like we both, it was like kind of like a great minds think alike type of moment. Cause basically we have decided that she was gonna have her mom just drop her off, and when she pulled up, we was just gonna be like, oh well, like her mom was gonna like have to pull off, of course, and leave her like on the porch. So like I could tell my aunt like, well, you know, she's already here, so might as well let her stay, type of thing. And funny thing, we planned that, but it did not go that way. Her mom pulled up, but her mom didn't pull off. So my aunt was just standing on the porch, and I had snuck her in my room, so she's hiding in my closet. But her mom is still sitting like outside in the car in front of the house, and I'm just like, and my aunt is just looking like she's like, who is that? And I'm like, I don't know. And cause I'm like in my head, I'm like, please, please, please do not go up to the car, or I'm like, please don't let her mom roll down this window. But moral after that, moral of the story, my friend mom ended up driving off. So I was like, okay. Whew. So my aunt, she ended up going back in the house, and funny thing, I think while we was sitting on the porch, also we heard like gunshots too. Like another person was actually killed that night. It was a guy, God rest his soul. But once we went back in the house. I went in my room, and you okay, boy? I went in my room to like, you know, check on her, get her out the closet and all. So more of the story, she didn't end up staying at my house. My aunt ended up leaving out to go to a friend's house, or to probably to like a party or club. I don't know. She went out, like she was the type to get dressed up and like, hang out with her friends and go out a lot, or like be at work. Oh my goodness, Harley, over there on your beds, on your beds, on your beds. No, not my bed, your bed. Thank you. All right. Oh, thank you, Sayansh, Money. I hope I said that right. But yeah. So after that, oh, funny thing. My aunt, before she actually left, so I think I didn't have a bed frame at the time. Like I had it, but it wasn't like set up. So while my friend was in the closet, my aunt was in the room helping, I think, set up my bed. So the whole time, I'm like, bruh, I'm texting Kayla, I'm like, you better be as still as possible in that closet. But yeah, fast forward, back to when my aunt, she was gone. So my friend, she didn't stay in the house. I ended up walking her to meet her boyfriend. Like he met us at the field, like the church was here, and then it's like you walk to the corner and it's like this big field of this like abandoned school. So we met up right there, and my little cousin, Banana, because I don't want to say her name, because I don't know if she want me to, but I'm gonna just say Banana. She wanted to come with me, so at first I told her I was like stay in the house, but I was like, all right, we're just going right here, so just come on. So yeah, we met up with her boyfriend. They walked off. Me and my little cousin, like we just sat there. Like I wanted to make sure, like you know, they all made it to the house safely. Cause I think it was like around like 12 o'clock or 11. So I just wanted to make sure that they was good. So I watched them until they got crossed over to like the soccer field, and then that's when I was like, all right, the house, like this should be straight. So me and my cousin, we went back in the house. I was texting Nikayla, I'm like, you know, if at any time you feel like you want to leave, like, let me know. I don't care. I'll get up and I will walk down that street and come get you. And after that, she was like, you know, she was good. I stayed up for a little while to make sure, like probably like 1 or 2, to like just make sure I didn't receive like, you know, a message saying that she wanted to just come back and stay at my house. Cause mind you, like this was their first time meeting, her and her boyfriend. Like, so I don't know. You know how it be, like you be all nervous and you like change your mind and be like, no girl, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna go. So it was like, that's what I was thinking. So I was giving her some time. But yeah, I ended up, after a while, I ended up falling asleep. And around 4 o'clock, I remember, 4:01 to be exact, because I looked at my phone, because my cousin had woke me up, him and my other god cousin, Eli, like they just in my room and they like Torria, wake up, wake up, wake up. They like, and I'm like, what's going on? Like what? And they like the police at the door looking for you. So I grabbed my phone, I looked at the time, and I'm like, why are they looking for me? And they like something about that girl that you had was killed or got shot. So mind you, besides the whole drama or traumatic stuff I experienced in the house, we're a goofy dynamic. Like we play a lot, joke around a lot, all that. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, y'all not serious. I'm like, why y'all want to play? And it's like 4 in the morning. Like, leave me alone. So I'm like about to lay back down, and they like, no, we for real? Like, you need. I think it was Eli that had said it. No, it was Ty that said it. He was like, no, like I'm dead serious. Like, they're at the door asking because your friend got shot or something like that. And that's when I heard the sirens. Like, I don't know if it was an ambulance or a cop car or what, but I remember hearing sirens, and that's when I immediately jumped up. Like, that's what got me up out of bed, because I'm like, okay, this might be serious. So I go to the door, and the police like ask me questions. I can't really remember what they asked me about, because all I remember, like, it's like I just, like, once I heard the sirens and once I got to the door and I saw the direction that they was going in, I just wanted to get to my phone and call my friend and make sure she was okay. And I couldn't do it because I was standing in front of the officer who's asking me questions where I don't know the answers to. And in my mind, I'm still like, okay, this gotta be a joke. Like, maybe they just playing a prank. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe Nikhil's boyfriend and his friends decided to just play a prank. So I'm just like trying to like hurry up and get back to my phone so I could like call her or one of them. So after that, the officer left. My cousin Ty, my god cousin Ty, he made a comment, and he was like, I think he said something like, you done got that girl killed, or like something along those lines. And I just like immediately, I just kept running to my room, and I just picked up my phone and I was like trying to call her. Hi, how are you? Oh, you said Torria. Thank you. Hi, Salindra. I hope I said it right. But yeah, I'm like calling her. I immediately like called her, and I didn't get an answer. So I sent her a text. Next thing you know, I called. I think I called her boyfriend, and he didn't pick up. Or I called one of the boys who her boyfriend was friends with, and he wasn't answering the phone. It's like nobody was answering the phone, and I was starting to like go into a panic attack. Like, but I was trying to stay calm because I was just trying to tell myself like, okay, this gotta be a prank. Like, they're pranking me. So like, try not to, think too negative. Like, she's okay. Like, it's probably just a prank. And moral of the story, I wasn't getting any response. Like, it was hours that went by. I didn't probably find out what happened until like 7 in the morning. Like, so like I was just up. Like, I didn't go back to sleep, obviously, because who could go back to sleep after that? Like, I was just up. I remember my cousin sleep. Like, my other cousins, they ended up going back to sleep. Eli and Ty, or leaving out. I don't know. Hold on. Everybody else in the house was asleep.